All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is use a multiband compressor. This is called C4 from Waves, and it has 4 separate bands that are each essentially compressed individually. Each one has its own threshold control, its own range, and a gain control, so of course I could use it to modify my output, kind of like an EQ. But right now what I'm doing is I'm using it to push down the lows whenever it gets too much energy. So let's listen to it without.
My pretty plosive content needs to be fixed in post.
Let's focus on these first two right here.
Pretty plosive.
And here's with.
Pretty plosive. Pretty plosive.
All right. Then I'm going to look at this high-pass filter. It's an EQ that basically is just cutting off everything below 105 hertz. This is without.
Pretty plosive.
And this is with.
Pretty plosive.
Once again, just looking at this little section, I'm going to play it without these two.
Pretty plosive.
And then I'm going to play it with.
Pretty plosive.
It got rid of most of the goods. This first one is still a little bit strong, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit. One way to do that is just, I guess video editors would call it keyframing. I'm going to just kind of do this, pull the volume down a little bit in that area. All right.
My pretty plosive content needs to be fixed in post. My pretty plosive content.
That's pretty good. The other option to that is to go in and do a little clip gain right on it.
My pretty plosive content needs to be fixed in post.
This last one is still pretty nasty, so
post.
I could sit there and work on that thing all day long, but really I know I've got a P up here that doesn't sound too bad.
Plosive content.
So I'm going to just take that. Now that's PL, plosive. So I got to make sure that I'm not getting too much of the L. And I'm going to go right here, kind of in the right spot. All right. I'll just go like this.
Needs to be fixed in post.
Okay.
Needs to be fixed in post.
I'm going to leave my T right where it was, just so I can kind of catch up to that. But I'm going to get rid of this little gap a little bit. Here, slide this back. And actually, this is the S in the T. I'm going to cut the S. This is the S. And I'm going to put that back with the T, where I'm literally going to just take this and stretch it to there. And call it happy. And then I'll put a little tiny crossfade on that.
Needs to be fixed in post.
And now we're still in sync.
Needs to be fixed in post. Needs to be fixed in post.